The path of self-inquiry. The path of self-inquiry. It is an easy path. Easiest path. The easiest path. It's a natural way. The self is your true nature. It is your nature. So it shouldn't be surprising that this is a natural path, easy path. Self-inquiry is an effortless path. What is simpler than just to be? Just to be still, or just to be. In stillness, beingness shines. In stillness, beingness shines. In stillness, beingness shines. Truth shines. Radiant, blissful, bright, unadulterated truth, beingness, consciousness, happiness, love. It shines unimpeded, unimpeded by name, by form, by movement, by noise. Why is self-inquiry effortless? Why is it easy? Because you are the self. What struggle do you need to make? What effort do you need to make to be the self? None. You are the self. Here, now, always. You are that. Always, already. Here, now. Before, after. Here, there, everywhere. Whatever. Whenever. You are the self. You are that. This is the insight that should be realized right at the beginning of self-inquiry. If you think you're a person who has to struggle and strive to attain some special state called being the self, this is a wrong view, wrong outlook, wrong concept right from the beginning. The foundation concept is you are the self. That is why it is called the self, because the word self indicates that is what you are. That's what the word self. Self means I. Self means what I am. It's myself. Do not objectify what you are. and do not make it something to seek. Movement. Movement is ego. Effort is ego. Silence is self. Stillness is self. You are that self. Already, now, always, evermore. You are not body or mind or any other limited, superimposed form or shape or entity. You're not a limited, boundaried entity. You are the limitless, formless, means that which out without form, transcendental form. You're the limitless, formless spirit, divine being. In silence, the truth of what you are shines forth. Not in the mind, not in the body, not in the world, but it shines. In this way, we can say, it is known, but not in the body, not in the mind, not in the world, not in the BMW, not in the body-mind world, not in Maya, not in illusion. It is known through its being, which is pure consciousness, beingness, beyond words, beyond space, beyond time. So simple. Any effort to try and attain the self is illusion. Any desire, any movement towards the self is illusion, is ego. When the mind is still, through practice, through sadhana, this is known. This is revealed. There is a paradox here because practice is needed. Without practice, you stay trapped in the illusion. But if you think, oh, I'm going to realize the self, let me sit down, Let me read the texts. Let me meditate. Let me spend 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours in meditation every day. And then I'm going to realize the self. If you think like this, that the self is something like an object or a state of mind you can attain, this is delusion. This is the wrong idea. You are that. Be what you are. Do not be what you are not, namely the body, mind, inner world. Be what you are. What is easier than that? What is easier and more natural than being what you truly already are? This is the purpose of Satsang. This is the purpose of this meeting. It's for this truth to be revealed, to make space and to create the conditions, spatially, temporally, environmentally, spiritually, energetically, create the conditions, facilitate this dissolving away of ignorance, of illusion. So, radiant truth naturally, effortlessly shines forth, just as the clouds in the sky part, the brilliance of the sun shines. The sun was always there, just covered, seemingly, by the clouds, of movement, of objects, of things, of mind stuff. Maya. When Maya is allowed to fade away, the brilliance of the self, analogous to the sun, warmth, brightness, the brilliance shines forth. It may feel like it is shining in time and space at first, because that's subtle mind still. But as our self-inquiry deepens, meaning as our silence deepens, its totally transcendent nature is revealed. Transcendent means it has nothing to do with time. It has nothing to do with space. It has nothing to do with the body, the mind. There's no relationship. At first, it may seem there is a relationship between body, mind, world, and self. First, it may seem that the self is within the body, mind. Later, it may seem that the body, mind, world is within the self. You see? Shristi, dristi, dristi, shristi. Materialist view, you feel like the self is within you because you think you're the body mind. Later, you identify with the consciousness. You think the body mind world is an appearance within your consciousness. These are still the levels of seeking, duality. Later, you dissolve into the self. And then there's just the self. No relationship with anything else. There is nothing else. Just self shining, being. The body mind can never realize the self because it is an illusion. You don't have to realize the self because you are the self. Only the appearance of the body, mind, and world appears to cover that up. So just let go of the appearance, the name, the form, the objective phenomena. Come back to yourself, the pure I am, the divine. However you conceive of it, it will take you back to self. The revolutionary teaching here is a simple teaching. It is that you are divine, you are spirit, and you're not the body, mind, world. That's the concept. And then you have to be still and subside back into what you are, not trying to discover something new, but just let go of the false and come back to what you are. And what you are has nothing to do with the illusion, which is actually non-existent, but appears to exist only through illusion. And it is only through illusion that it seems like there are many things, many people, many teachings, many teachers, many things to do, many things to discover, ups and downs of life, suffering, happiness, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. The simple truth is one. I am, without a second, without another, just myself. Not even any concept of self. That is just for the teaching. That is just to indicate to the seeker, apparent seeker. So, no effort required. But practice is required. But this practice is not trying to get somewhere. It's just making the time, space, opening in your life to come back to yourself. Yourself is the nature of love, happiness, wholeness, wholesomeness, bliss. No limitation means no form, no limitation. The appearance of any form is limitation. It makes the unlimited appear to be limited. For example, if you think you're sitting in a room, that's limitation. There's space, it's limited. There's a limited amount of space you're in. You can see a limited distance. You think you're a body mind sitting in a room. This is all limitation. If you think you're out, if what about if you're outside? Same, it's just a bigger room. It's the outdoor room. It's limited by name and form. You think you're a person in an outdoor space now. Yes, it's much vaster, let's say. Let's say you're in an open outdoor space. The sky, the land, the environment around you, natural environment around you. Limitation. This feels closer to home because it's more open, more vast, more expansive. But even this is limitation. Total limitation, totally limited. What about if you've won the the competition of your dreams? Let's say you've won the Olympic gold medal or the Super Bowl or whatever it is, and you're so happy. You're running, you've got the gold medal around your neck. You're doing your lap of honor. It's an amazing feeling. It's limitation. It's total limitation. You feel you're a person on some level. You've accomplished something. It's all contingent and dependent on these things. This is all fiction. None of this is true. You are not a person. You are not a body or a mind. You're the Lord. You are God. Beyond all conception, all concepts. You cannot be conceived of, and you are never conceived. You're never born. This is all, this can all be known. Simple silence. Revealed as we let go of all these limitations, all these objects. Any object is limitation. As long as object appears, there's a subtle sense of I am a person still there. You'll see. As long as an object appears, there's still a subtle sense I'm a person, I'm a body, mind. It's still there. That's why the object's there. It's a projection of ignorance, of ego. It's suffering. Mere appearance of body, mind, world is suffering. And when you get a taste, you won't want to go back to illusion, to being an apparent person. More and more, you'll find you want to be what you truly are. and you stoke the tendency, the vasana, to want to come home. And this vasana, or truth, or reality for yourself, will naturally bring you home if you allow it to. This is the purpose of satsang, to facilitate that. Facilitate that coming home to what you are. Revelation of truth, reality, which is yourself. Shining, devoid of any limitation, any objective phenomena, any superimpositions. All other happiness, body, mind happiness, sensory happiness, mental, emotional happiness, this is all a reflection of the truth of what you are. Gives an inkling. What you are never comes or goes. It is what you are. It is the self. You never come and go. So easy. So easy. No struggle, no stress, no strain. So easy, so easy. No struggle, no stress, no strain. Just be. You may fall asleep when you first start doing this. That's no problem at all. Later, you'll be able to stay conscious and be able to go deeper. Or maybe the thoughts will rise up. Maybe the thoughts will rush in. It's okay. Maybe that happens from time to time. You'll learn to how these thoughts and these energies start to balance themselves. You'll learn what works for you, what doesn't work for you. It might change from day to day. You will learn all these things. Your wisdom will be there. And Bhagwan is always here. He is yourself, your own wisdom within you. You can call him Bhagwan Ramana if you want to, like I do sometimes, or like I do. Thank you for allowing me to talk to you in this way.